Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Here we go then, Football Manager 2018. I'm a little late to the party, but we are finally here. We are ready to embark on what is going to be a frustrating series, probably. It's a Director of Football Challenge with Football Club Barcelona, the Catalan Giants. I'm really looking forward to this. As I said in my announcement video, I've never done a DoF challenge. I really want to try one. I think it's going to be really frustrating, but I'm really looking forward to getting into this. You may notice I'm wearing a Barcelona shirt. I've got loads of these, so I'm going to wear a different one each episode. This one is a centenary shirt, of course, from 1999. Iconic because Rivaldo scored an incredible overhead kick while wearing this to beat Valencia in the very last minute of the match at the Camp Nou, and it leapfrogged Barcelona above Valencia into third and Champions League qualification. It was an epic match, an epic goal and an epic comeback. Let's hope this is going to be an epic series. So we are here, we are setting up the profile, we've got all our details entered. I've not picked a preferred formation because I'm not sure what I'm going to go with at the minute. If you watched my FM17 series, you know that I favoured 4-2-3-1. I'm not really sure if that's going to benefit Barcelona or not. They generally, obviously in real life, of course, play a 4-3-3. So I am thinking we're going to go with a 4-3-3. So we'll just have to see how it goes. I think there's a lot of people struggling in FM18. There's a lot of people getting sacked. I've not had a second in game yet, so this is going to be really interesting. Right, so we set up our managerial style. I have moved a lot of these around now. I've reallocated a lot of points. You seem to get a lot more points to allocate. I don't remember it being that generous in FM17. So what we've done, I've gone as an attacking coach with a little bit of fitness, and then tactical, mental, technical, and working with youngsters is excellent. On the mental side, I've brought the adaptability down to 10. It defaulted at 15, I think, just because I've set myself up as a Spanish manager, born in Barcelona, with Barcelona as my favourite club. Don't need to adapt to Barcelona, but I've whacked up the determination, the man management, the level of discipline, and the motivating, and I've brought down the player knowledge and the youngster knowledge because, of course, I'm not going to be signing the players. So what I have done is I've made myself be able to work with the players that are coming into the club, because I'm not the one that's finding them, but I will be the one that's coaching them. So we're in game now. We are in as the manager of Barcelona. So this episode is basically going to be a look around the squad, not so much the first team squad because it's Barcelona, you know who the squad are, but I'm going to have a look at maybe some of the Barcelona B and the youth players. We'll have a look at the finances just to see what they are like, because of course there were a couple of monumental transfers at the club in the summer. So I'm kind of hoping they're in a good position financially. And the most important thing is we're going to set up the instructions for the DoF challenge. Here we go then. These are the staff responsibilities. You can see at the top here, Hire Fire Director of Football. That is me. That is my job. All I can do pretty much. Everything else in staff recruitment, you can see Hire Fire Head of Youth, Hire Fire the Chief Scout, the First Team Assistant, the coaching staff, non-coaching staff. All of that is down to Pep Segura, who is my Director of Football. We'll meet him in a minute. Find and make offers for players for your first team, new signing contract negotiations, and finalising those first team signings, all done by Pep Segura, my DoF, and the equivalent for the youth team are done by Jose Baquero, my head of youth development. Nothing to do with transfers in my job description. Scroll down a little bit, let's just bring the rest of these in then. So it's incoming offers will be handled and finalised by Pep Segura. For the youth team, it'll be handled by Baquero. First team players that I've listed for transfer or loan will be handled by Pep Segura for the first team and Baquero for the youth. Contract negotiations again down to Pep Segura and Baquero, apart from the Director of Football's contract, again That's my job. That's my domain. He'd better do a good job or he will be out. Scouting wise, it's Robert, my chief scout, Robert Fernandez, I think his full name is. He is the one that's going to set assignments and update me on the players that have been found. Now, in terms of the scouting meetings, it was defaulted to me as the manager, and I've left it at that because I'm not sure what that is. I don't recall seeing that before. I'm assuming that's saying where we need to scout and positions that maybe we need to scout. And that is something that I can influence. That is something I can have input in. I can say, look, we need left backs, we need strikers because Luis Suarez is getting old or anything like that. So I am allowed to do that. I just can't make any offers. And then it's just down to the training, which is senior squads is me. Match training for the senior squads is me. And then it's my under-19s manager Gabri who does the youth player training, and then bring youth players into the club and inform you of their development, and that is again Jose Maria Baquero. Shall we meet Senor Segura? Here is our director of football then, Pep Segura. He is 60 years old. He has been at the club since 2015 as the director of football. He's previously been involved with Liverpool, Olympiacos, AEK. He was a scout in the early 2000s for Barca as well. You can see he's not the greatest, is he? He's got a 5-year contract. That is going to cost some serious wedge to get rid of him. He's on 30 grand a week, so if we do get rid of him, we're going to have to pay some serious compensation. He signs a lot of youth players, which I am really happy with. That would be great. Player ability and player potential is only 13-14, so he, as I say, is not the best. I could probably go out there and find someone with 18-19 in both of those attributes without question, but he has got some really good knowledge in England and Spain and Greece as well, so he should be able to find us some decent players. I do want to bring a more as a Barcelona fan in real life, I'm really frustrated, really angry actually with the way they have disregarded La Masia, the youth academy, over the last few years. They've sold a lot of cantera, a lot of youth stars like Thiago, Alex Grimaldo, who's one of the best left backs in the game. They sold him for $1.5 million. Can you believe it? To Benfica, $1.5 million. If you try and sign him in game, he'll cost you 40 times that. It's outrageous. By the way, he will be one of the players I'll be adding as a transfer target. So yeah, I want to bring in, if possible, I want to bring in, if I can influence it by adding them as transfer targets, which I can do, is bring in players that used to be involved with the club, players like Thiago, like Grimaldo. I'd love to get those sort of players back. But this boy better be good at his job, otherwise it will be getting paid off. The finances then, so we are looking pretty sound actually. We've got 146 million euros in the bank, 80 million transfer budget, 5.5 million wage budget, but we're currently, what are we, 250 grand under that, 230 grand under that, so that's a big name signing that could come in. The scouting budget is 800 grand. That's something I'm going to have to get my head around. That dynamics tab is just throbbing. It's just glowing at me. I just can't go in there yet. That's something we'll have a look at in a minute. But the finances are superb. We can bring players in if we need to. We are just going to have a quick look at the first team squad because I do want to see if what I suspect is true. Let's have a look. Let's scroll down, and it's not. I was expecting, that is really good. I was expecting Ousmane Dembele to be injured, but he's not, and that is really pleasing. Obviously in real life he played 3 games, I think, something like that, and then picked himself up a 4-month injury, and I really thought he was going to be out till Christmas. That's really helped my tactics, because without him I was going to be trying something new, I think, but we're going to be going for a 4-3-3, I think, at the moment. There's no need to go through all these. We know these players. Even if you don't watch Spanish football, there isn't a name on that list that you don't know. So what we are going to do is we're going to have a look at the under-19s and at Barcelona B, because there are quite a few names that I am looking forward to seeing in this game. So a quick look down the under-19s. I'm not as familiar with the under-19s. Don't really see an awful lot of these guys. Sergio Gomez, if you watched England's glorious comeback against Spain this past weekend in the Under-17 World Cup final, you may have realised this is the guy that scored the 2 goals, but he doesn't look great in the game, does he? We'd get rid of this question mark here. He's got 2.5-star potential ability, so he's not really that highly rated in the game. That's a little bit disappointing because he's one of the ones I was looking at. Right, let's have a look at Barcelona B, because there's a few in here that I like the look of. Adrian Ortola is one of them. Promising young goalkeeper. He does look pretty good, but he is how old is he? He's 23, so he's not going to develop an awful lot, but he does look like he could be a useful backup. But of course, with Cillessen and ter Stegen, he will find it hard. Who else have we got down here? Where are these players? Juan Camara as well. He's half decent. He hasn't really progressed as people were hoping at the club, but he's not bad. But I don't think he's going to. I don't think he's going to really break his way into the team. Sergio Palencia. Now this is one of the guys that I'm really looking forward to working with. I really do like the look of him. He does look like someone I will be bringing up at the minute. Of course, we do have Sergio Palencia. We do have Nelson Semedo in the first team. Big money signing in the summer. So again, he's going to be one that's going to find his route to the first team a little bit tricky at the moment. Marc Cucurella is a left back. Again, a lot of potential there, good looking stats. He's another one that I'm going to be looking to bring into the first team. Who else have we got? Oriol Busquets, no relation to Sergi, but again, looks half decent. He's a promising midfielder. He does look pretty good, good passing on him, decent vision and work rate as well. Only 18. He does look very, very exciting indeed. Carlos Selena, of course, he is a jewel in the crown. 19 years of age, absolute star. He goes on in the game to be worth well over 60 million euros. So he is one that I will definitely be looking to bring up this season. Got the likes of Andre Gomes, Arda Turan. They're ones that are immediately on the list to get out of the club. Maybe even Ivan Rakitic as well. Carlos Selena, I want this guy in my squad as soon as possible, and I will do whatever I need to do to get him in there. Jose Arnaiz, he's a winger that can play both sides. He looks really good as well. He's been on fire for Barcelona B in real life this season, and there is talk that he'll make the breakthrough into the first team squad. Did play in the Copa del Rey against Murcia last week and scored an absolute stunner of a goal. Does look pretty decent. Again, maybe a little bit underrated in the game though, which is a little bit disappointing. Vitinho as well. This is a promising kid. I'm watching on YouTube at the minute. I'm watching a guy called Dox, FIFA YouTuber. He's got like 190,000 subs. I'm sure you guys know of him, and he's got him in his Huddersfield team, which is the reason I started watching his series. Looks good as well. He is only on loan from Palmeiras, so I'll be closely watching this guy, because if he has a good first season with the club, he will be one that I will try and bring in, or try and influence. I've got to get my head around this. I can't sign players. I'm saying I'm going to try and bring him in. I'm not allowed to, but we'll do whatever we can to maybe get him on as a transfer target. Two more to look at then. Both strikers. Marc Cardona in the Segunda B last season, when Barca B finally got back into the Segunda through their complicated end of season playoffs. They won their group, and this guy scored bucket loads of goals. Absolutely fantastic. He is 22. He's one that I'd probably give a go in the maybe in the Copa del Rey, bring him up and give him game time there, because I do like the look of him, but again, 22 years of age, he's possibly missed the boat in terms of trying to get into the senior squad. And the other one is this guy, Spain under-17's captain, was their shining light, or one of the big shining lights in the World Cup, and he actually is really, really promising in FM18. He looks like he's really, really going to shine. Would need to get his stamina and his strength up and his physicals, but looks like he's real prospect, and he is only 17, of course. So we just have a look at the dynamics. This is the first time I've looked at this screen in game, so it all looks pretty solid. We'll have a look at the social groups and everything in a minute as well. So the team leaders, of course, are Messi, Iniesta, Piqué, highly influential players. No surprise there. I could have reeled these off. I am surprised Arda Turan's in there, have to be honest. The others, Mascherano, Busquets, Rakitic, Alba, Suarez, Roberto, and ter Stegen, they're obviously in there, vastly experienced, been at the club a while now. And the influential players, Vidal, Umtiti, Vermaelen, Rafinha, Alcacer, again, slightly surprising. Deulofeu, again, only just joined. Paulinho, big personality, absolute star in real life at the moment. Denis Suarez, again, a little bit surprising. Luca Dean and Andre Gomez. And then the other players, Silasson, Semedo and Dembele. Silasson, of course, is on the fringes, but he's been there a couple of years now, and for him to still be in the other players, a little bit worrying. He might be one that we may shift on. He's happy in real life. Probably he's a really good goalkeeper. Probably isn't going to be happy in the game if he's sitting out for long. Maybe that will give Ortola the chance to come into the first team squad. Semedo and Dembele, of course, have just joined. Only bit of yellow on the right there in the feedback is that Andres Iniesta is approaching the end of his career and will miss his leadership should he retire soon. No surprise there. I am going to be absolutely devastated when Andres Iniesta retires. Core social group then, it's a huge group, isn't it? Messi, Iniesta, Piqué. It's basically, it is all the players pretty much from the team leaders and highly influential, and most of the influential as well. Thomas Vermaelen. I'd forgotten Thomas Vermaelen was still at the club. Wow. And then you've got the secondary group, the secondary social group A and B, which is players that speak Portuguese in A and French players in B. So no surprise there, really. It's all looking very tight, very close knit at the minute, and that is something that I'm going to have to watch going forward. Quick look at the happiness then, and overall happiness is looking pretty good. Wait till I get my hands on them and we start losing games. I'm sure I can sort that out, no problem. Before we end today then, we'll just have a quick look at some of the fixtures that we've got coming up. So I'm just looking at that. I don't believe that we start the season with a Clásico. Now, bearing in mind that the Supercopa is a two-legged game against Real Madrid. So we are going to play Real Madrid in the first 3 games of the season. That's a nightmare. I have got to get a tactic going, and I have got to get one going quick. We've got Leganés, Espanyol, Villarreal, Eibar, Alaves, Valencia, Las Palmas, Sevilla, Atletico. That's a tough double. Interspersed there, of course, we've got Copa del Rey and Champions League. So this is going to be baptism of fire. So we've got Real Madrid in our first 3 games of the season. What is the game doing to me? So we'll leave it there then, guys, for this intro. You still only get a 1-year contract at the start of the game, which is great. Hopefully I will see that through. But yeah, thanks very much for watching this, guys. Smash a like and hit subscribe if you're new. Really does help the channel. All the likes, all the comments, all the new subs is fantastic. We had a little surge in the build up to the beta coming out, which is phenomenal. I think we gained 17, 18 new subs, which is fantastic. Hello to you guys. Hope you're going to enjoy this series. I cannot wait to get cracking on it now. I'm going to do just that, and we're going to get the first match. It's going to be one of those 3 Clásicos. I'll probably do to be honest, I'll probably do the league game now, because 3 Clásicos in a row to start the season. How ridiculous is that? But I'm going to go away now, going to work on my tactics, going to get the pre-season sorted out, and we're going to get into this, really get stuck into this. I cannot wait. Also, from the next episode onwards, I'm going to be shouting out some of the other content creators in the community, because there's some fabulous series out there, some great YouTubers that you may not be aware of, and they all deserve far more subs and views than they're getting. Hopefully we can help. So guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you're as excited about this series as I am. I cannot wait to start making it for you. I will see you very soon for the next episode. Thank you very much for watching, guys. See you later.